All right, welcome to the homestead. Really glad you could make it. Well, we're going to paint today. I'm going to paint this beach cottage behind me first. I'm going to throw a coat of paint on that whole thing, and then we're going to move the operation over to the other cottage, throw a coat on that, come back to this one, go back to that one, till we get enough paint on there till we're satisfied. Anyway, I do need to gather up some supplies. I need to get an umbrella so I can put it over the camera so it doesn't overheat while we're doing our thing. And then we'll get to painting. One of the reasons it feels like it takes so long to do these jobs is just gathering all the supplies. If you haven't done it in a minute, it's hard to remember exactly everything you need. So just to show you, I've got 2 buckets of water, one for cleaning the gun, one for adding to the gun to thin down the paint. Paint's too thick as it is, so it needs to be thinned down so it'll spray better. Stir stick to stir it once I pour it in the pot. And then some cleaning tools, because I'll have to clean this gun probably after the first time around. Maybe before that. It's hard to say. I don't strain my paint. I don't have a paint strainer to do that. So it clogs up when it clogs up. It's on me, but I put up with it because I want to get it done. So anyway, I'm going to add the paint to the cup. This is not an airless sprayer. It's an HVLP. I can't even tell you what that stands for. You can look it up. Maybe it's HLVP. I don't know. One of those. Basically, it sucks it up inside, spits it out. It's a pressurized gun. The air compressor it uses is built into the handle. Handy as far as being one unit. Difficult in that it adds quite a bit of weight to it. And I'm just not as strong as I used to be. But anyway, I'm going to mix this paint and then we'll get to shooting. Okay, time to mix up some more paint. right, well, that's the first coat on that one. It's so hot. I'm not sure I'm going to go to that one next and then come back to this one and go back to that one. I don't know that it's worth it. This paint's drying really, really fast. I might as well just kick 2 coats out on this one and then just go do that one. Anyway, I need a little bit of a break, get out of this heat for a little bit, and I'll come back to it. I think I'm just going to do this one a second coat. Then I'll go to that one. Alrighty, that does it for the second coat, and both coats were pretty heavy coats, so I'm convinced that that'll be just fine for that cottage. I'm going to clean the gun, move all my supplies over to the other cottage, get started again. All right, now that the gun's all clean, time to move over to the other cottage and get on it. I may, if I have time, finish up the cat house as well. That'd be nice, at least the front of it. Let's get all our stuff moved. need some tape for that handle. I know I'm supposed to shoot the ceiling and the shelves and all that too, but I got to do the outside first, so I'll go get some tape. I'll be right back. All right, I got a little extra paint, a little extra time. I'm going to see about painting the front wall of this cat house. Get it finished up at least. Okay, that's going to do it for today. Got painted on everything I need to and a few things I didn't mean to. Oops. Anyway, I sure appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time on the homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with your friends, leave me a comment. Bye now.